Okay, so the idea when we want to graph an equation is that we want to choose x values that we're curious about. And when we choose an x value, say we choose x equals 2, we look at the x-axis, we go to x equals 2, and that's the world we live in now, is the vertical line where x is equal to 2. Now, we make that decision, and then we go on to plugging x equals 2 into our equation. And we get y is equal to 3 times 2 plus 5. And this is the same as saying 6 plus 5, which is 11. So when we choose to focus on the x value, x is equal to 2, the corresponding y value is given to us from the relationship in the equation. And we have just found out that when x is equal to 2, we have to go up to y is equal to 11. Now, say we're kind of taking a step back down, going to x equals 0, because we're curious when x is equal to 0, so we're on this vertical line touching the y-axis. What is the y value of our line? Well, we say x is equal to 0, and then we plug that into the equation. Y equals 3 times 0 plus 5. This turns into 0 plus 5. So this tells us that y is equal to 5 when x is equal to 0. And we go x equals 0, and we move up to y equals 5, and that's where we place our point. And thereafter, we just connect these two points, and that is our line. And if we want to, we can continue on with this pattern by simply choosing other x values we're interested in. So let's say we do just one more for fun. So let's choose, say x, let's choose x equals -1. Now we've chosen x equals -1 just because that's what we felt like doing. So if we go to x equals -1, now we're curious only about this vertical line. We don't care about any other part of the xy coordinate axes, just that one vertical line where x is equal to -1. So we're going to plug in -1 into our equation. Y equals 3 times -1 plus 5 gives us -3 plus 5 equals 2. Now we go over to that vertical line, x equals -1. We go up to y equals 2. And this is the point that we obtain. And again, we just connect those dots, and that's our line. So if I had drawn this very nicely, then this line would be perfectly straight, and it'd go through all three of these points. So that's the idea for graphing. We choose an x value we're interested in, and once we choose that x value, we're stuck on the vertical line that has that x value. And we figure out the y value, where the point will be, by plugging in the x we've chosen into the equation and solving for the corresponding y value. So this is what the graph of y equals 3x plus 5 looks like.